Hey, good morning, guys. Sorry, I'm out sick today, so I've just got to record this for you. It's pretty short, but keep in mind that this is the last new content that we're covering. And then, if you guys are ready, which hopefully you will be, because we've only really got one or two more classes left, then our next class will be the test. Right. So make sure you're learning this and that when we're doing our review that you're actually reviewing stuff and actually remembering things and not just looking at it and forgetting everything. So just thought I'd start this off with that reminder. All right. Our next class will probably be our test, so be prepared for that. Okay. So if you guys want to, you can follow along with this on the Google Slides that are posted on the classroom. But we're starting here on the vocal health slide. This is slide 28. All right. So, learning how to take care of your voice, which is a little bit ironic because here I am, the voice teacher, and my voice is very sore and very tired, and I'm sick and I've not been taking care of my voice. But um, the voice is part of your body, and even if I don't always follow my own advice well, I want to teach you guys how to take care of your own voice. So go ahead to the next slide. So this is the voice is delicate. Okay. So keep in mind that the voice is just like any other part of the body, right? If we use it incorrectly, it can be damaged or completely destroyed, right? How many of you are athletes? How many of you have played another sport or done anything else that's um, really tough on your body, right? When you play those sports, you have to warm up. You've got to stretch. You don't just jump right into it, right? You don't just do a marathon without stretching at all because it's hard on your body, right? If you go into it without stretching, there's a much higher chance that you'll get injured or that you'll hurt yourself. So the same thing happens when you're singing, right? Um, Singing, you can think of singing as exercise for your voice, right? It's hard work for your voice. It's not easy like talking. You can pretty much talk forever, right? Singing is more difficult for your voice. It's a little more strenuous. So you have to warm up before you sing. Otherwise, you increase the chances that you will hurt your hurt your voice. Okay, so that's the first thing. There are three ways that you can damage your voice. So the first way is from overuse. If you use your voice too much, right? So as with anything you do, right? Like if you're lifting weights or things like that, your muscles will get sore, which is kind of supposed to happen. But if you do it too much without giving your body enough time to rest, then your muscles, or the same thing with our voice, will be overused because we haven't given it enough rest. So this can happen from singing or talking or screaming at a concert, whatever it is. If we use our voice too much, it can get hurt. Two is from incorrect or harmful use. All right. So there are proper ways to use the voice that will make it less likely you will hurt yourself. And there are bad ways to use the voice where it's more likely that you will hurt yourself. Right. So if you're talking normally at a good volume, right? Or even if you're singing nicely, right? That's all totally normal and good ways to use your voice. All right. I know some of you, I know because I hear you guys, you do a lot of screeching and stuff. Yeah, that hurts my voice already. All right, screeching like that, yelling really loud for a long time, things like that, um, can harm your voice much faster than if you're using your voice properly and well. All right, number 3, harmful substances. So I really, really hope this isn't an issue for any of you at this point. Um, but things like drugs or alcohol or smoking can all really damage your voice. I don't know if you've heard the voice of like a frequent smoker compared to like a normal person's voice, but a lot of the times their voice will sound much, much different because all those substances damage your voice over time. So, um, yeah, so not that hopefully you needed any extra encouragement, but if you get into substances that you shouldn't be getting into, you may also ruin your voice for the rest of your life. All right, let's go down to the next slide. Okay, this is what to avoid and what to do. Okay, so there's a couple things to avoid. There are more than these, but these are just a couple general ones that I thought were good for you to know. So the first one to avoid loud environments. Now, um, if I were living perfectly, I probably wouldn't be a teacher because when I teach you guys, I'm always in loud environments, right? But it's worth it, so I can teach you guys. But the reason that it's not good to be in loud environments is not because is not directly because loud sounds hurt your voice, but it's because when you're in loud environments, it forces you to talk louder so that you can be heard above the loud noises. Right? If it's a quiet room, you can whisper and everyone will still hear you. But if it's really loud, the only way you can be heard is by yelling. So, um, and of course, yelling will tire your voice out much faster. So, being in loud environments for a long time is really the key. Can damage your voice. Obviously, your voice is created so that you can yell loudly when you need to, but when you're doing it too much, it's not good. So try and stay away from loud environments for a long time. All right. Also, this is specifically really for singing, um, but try to avoid any food before singing, especially these two, sugary food and dairy products. All right. Um, so really, no food before singing is great for you, but especially sugar and dairy products like candy, ice cream, especially like ice cream has sugar and dairy in it. Things like that, yogurt, will like clog up your throat with phlegm and all that nasty stuff and make it hard to sing. Anyways, um, here's what you should do with your voice. Okay, those are two things to avoid. Here are a couple things you should be doing. And really, these can be basic good life habits, um, but they also apply to your voice as well. So, number 1, warm up before singing. Again, going back to our sports analogy, right? Before you exercise any of your muscles, you need to warm up, right? Same thing for your voice. Singing is hard on the voice, so warm it up slowly to decrease your chances of getting hurt, right? There are lots of ways to do this just by humming, singing scales, da 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 da, right? Simple things like that. Number two, stay hydrated. So drink lots of water. Um, Water is always great for you, no matter what. Um, Avoid drinks like coffee. I know some of you are already coffee addicts. Stay off the coffee if you can avoid it. Here's why. Coffee is a diuretic, meaning it makes you dehydrated. It sucks the water out of you. So if you're drinking coffee, it'll make you more dehydrated, which isn't good for your voice. All right. And something you can do that's actually really good for making your voice hydrated is taking steamy showers. Right. So um, if you if you like hot showers, the steam from the shower actually will rise and you'll breathe it in and it'll go directly on your vocal cords instead of you having to drink water and your body digests the water and spreads it through your whole body, right? So it takes a couple hours, but if you take a steamy shower, it just goes directly on your vocal cords, which is good. And three, get a good night's sleep. This is part of the reason I'm sick. It's because I have been busy and I haven't been getting a lot of sleep. So, sleep well. Don't get sick. All right, go to the next slide. You only get one voice. So, please use it well, treat it well, right? It's very hard to come back from an injury to the voice. So, don't ruin it. All right. It would be a shame if it got hurt. So, um, I think that's all we've got for today. I would usually do karaoke at the end of this just for fun, but I'm not around to lead that, so sorry. Um, right? What you should be ending this with is review the review the whole PowerPoint that we've done. Especially, I think some of you guys will mostly struggle on the solfege with the reading the notes. So if that's something you can review, that might be really good for you. And then um, complete the Blooket homework that's been posted on the Google Classroom. All right. Please email me if you have any questions. I'll try and be on my email all day. No promises. But shoot me an email if you have any questions. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a wonderful class. Do great. Thank you.